The Galactic Council had convened in the vast chambers of its flagship station, a structure floating at the edge of a dying star. Delegates of countless species, their forms as diverse as the galaxies they hailed from, filled the room. At the center stood the Chancellor, an elder of the Exer species, towering and reptilian with eyes that gleamed with authority. His voice, translated into hundreds of languages, carried a tone of absolute certainty. The humans, he began, have grown arrogant. They expand their influence, violate our protocols, and reject the order we have upheld for millennia. It is time to remind them of their place. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the room. Humanity was the youngest species to join the galactic stage, yet they had quickly made themselves known. Their technological progress, while impressive, had been achieved without the Council's guidance. Worse, they refused to share their advancements or submit to the Council's authority. Ambassador Xyler, a lean, insectoid figure with iridescent wings, raised a clawed hand. Chancellor, might I caution against hasty action? The humans are unpredictable. Their history is one of defiance, of overcoming odds that should have crushed them. Perhaps dialogue. The Chancellor silenced Xyler with a glare. Dialogue?
We offer them that.
We invited them into our order. They refused. Their insolence must not go unanswered. Moments later, the ultimatum was drafted and transmitted. The Council demanded Earth's surrender, a complete integration into the galactic framework. They were to dismantle their defenses, cease their independent research, and submit to the Council's governance. Failure to comply would result in annihilation. Earth's response came swiftly. A holographic emissary appeared in the Council chamber, a construct of light and technology, its form a deliberate enigma. The voice was calm, even courteous, yet every word carried weight. Chancellor, esteemed members of the Council, humanity acknowledges your message and your concern for our development. However, we regret to inform you that Earth will not surrender. We will not yield our sovereignty, our freedom, or our progress. Should you choose to act against us, know this. Humanity does not take kindly to threats. Gasps echoed through the chamber. The Chancellor's lips curled in disdain. You dare defy us? Do you truly believe your fledgling world can stand against the combined might of this council? The emissary tilted its head slightly, as if amused. Underestimating humanity has always proven costly. We suggest you reconsider. With that, the projection flickered and disappeared, leaving the chamber in stunned silence. The Chancellor rose to his full height, slamming a clawed hand onto the table.
Enough. Dispatch the fleet.
Let Earth witness the consequences of defiance. Xyler's wings fluttered nervously. I urge caution, Chancellor. They are not as primitive as you believe. But the decision was made. The fleet of the Galactic Council, an armada unrivaled in size and power, was mobilized. Their mission, to make an example of Earth. They expected a swift victory. What they failed to anticipate was the storm they had just unleashed. The Galactic Council's fleet arrived in Earth's orbit, an armada that blotted out the stars. Massive warships, bristling with advanced weaponry, loomed over the planet like harbingers of doom. The alien commanders were confident, arrogant even. They had brought overwhelming force, believing this display of power would break humanity's will before the first shot was fired. A final transmission was sent from the Council to Earth, offering one last chance to surrender. But the response was silence. The emissary, who had spoken so calmly before, did not reappear. Instead, humanity allowed the Council's fleet to stew in their own anticipation, forcing the invaders to question the lack of fear from the planet below. Without warning, the orbital defenses activated. Hidden satellites emerged from the shadows, their cloaking technology catching the alien fleet off guard. Beams of concentrated energy lanced through space, targeting the fleet's key ships. What should have been a one-sided battle instantly became chaos. The Council's commanders scrambled to respond, but their systems faltered. Earth's cyber operatives had infiltrated their networks, sowing confusion among their ranks. Command chains were disrupted, targeting systems failed, and ships turned their weapons on each other in the chaos. The fleet's size and technological superiority became liabilities as humanity exploited their overconfidence. On the surface, massive railguns hidden in mountain ranges roared to life. Projectiles accelerated to near-light speed tore through the void, ripping apart shields and hulls with devastating precision. Each strike was calculated, targeting ships critical to the fleet's operations. Humanity had studied the Council's tactics and technology for decades, and now that knowledge was being unleashed with brutal efficiency. But the fleet wasn't the only threat. Smaller dropships descended toward Earth, intending to deploy ground forces to subjugate the planet. Humanity was ready. Anti-air defenses obliterated many before they reached the surface, while the few that landed were met with fierce resistance. Guerrilla fighters struck with a precision and ferocity that the alien forces were wholly unprepared for. Urban environments became death traps, where every street and building concealed ambushes. The Council had underestimated humanity's adaptability. Soldiers used makeshift weapons alongside cutting-edge technology, combining ingenuity with sheer tenacity. Even Earth's natural elements were weaponized. Alien forces struggled against hostile terrain, unpredictable weather, and a planet that seemed to resist them at every turn. As the battle raged in orbit, humanity unveiled its trump card. A massive EMP burst, launched from an orbital platform, rippled through space. The energy wave disabled alien ships, leaving them adrift and vulnerable. At the same time, Earth's kinetic strike platforms launched precision attacks, hammering the crippled fleet. One by one, the Council's ships fell. What was meant to be a swift victory had become a massacre of their own fleet. The alien commanders, so sure of their dominance, now faced the unthinkable. They were losing. Humanity didn't just fight to survive, it fought to prove a point. The Council's arrogance had led them into a battle they couldn't win. Earth, the primitive world, had turned the galaxy's most feared armada into wreckage scattered across its orbit. The tide had turned, and the invincible fleet was no more.